SEC X account, the official X account, posted today, the SEC grants approval for Bitcoin ETFs for listing on all registered national securities exchanges. I said this is sad because I was just going through and I was looking at posts of just all these people I follow. So hype. The crypto space so excited about this news. And it's interesting to see this was going to be the organic reaction of all these people, even myself included. I tweeted, I just posted the news, Bitcoin spot ETF. This was going to be it. This was the moment. The approved Bitcoin ETFs will be subject to ongoing surveillance and compliance measures to ensure continued investor protection. And then minutes later, man, this hurts. Minutes later, everybody, Gary Gensler. And what's up out there, everybody? I appreciate you cruising through. I know you're following this. I know you're following this story. I had this live stream set for the Bitcoin spot ETF approval. I wanted to cover it live. And then it came out minutes ago, Gary Gensler tweeting or posting the SEC Twitter account was compromised and an unauthorized tweet was posted. The SEC has not approved the listing and trading of spot Bitcoin exchange traded products. Yo, I love crypto. I love crypto. This is the space. This is not surprising. It's crazy. So Bitcoin spot ETF not approved yet. I tried to put in the thumbnail, not yet, because it looks like they're on pace, they're on course to get approved tomorrow. But let's talk about that. So we have Eric over here. He's the Bloomberg analyst. Even him getting excited. Let's give it a like. He was hype minutes ago. Boom, he says. There's the SEC deleted post. Coinbase was hype. Coinbase loves ETFs. Okay, let's go back and let's look at Jeremy. This is Jeremy. He's hype. Everybody, y'all know Jeremy Hogan, and away we go. But let's look at Eric. He's the Bloomberg analyst. A really good take on what's going on here to really dig into it. Apparently, SEC spokesman told Bloomberg they're not approved yet. Maybe someone put pre-canned tweet in one day early because I heard they were going to announce approval Wednesday, 4 p.m. So the rumor is Wednesday, tomorrow, 4 p.m., Bitcoin spot ETF's going to be approved, right? So the theory here by Eric, and he's a Bloomberg analyst, and he's an ETF analyst, and he's been tracking this ETF stuff on point, extremely good data. And then he just says, man, never a dull moment. And that's the theory. And he also posted again on TV right now talking about this. And yes, I think someone prepped a planned tweet and put wrong date because the tweet would have made perfect sense tomorrow at this time. Because really, look at when this came out, right around 4 o'clock, right? The anticipated time that it was going to come out. And so it does make sense. The language sounds legit SEC-ish, in my opinion, versus a crypto knucklehead pulling a prank. But I guess we'll see. And if you just look at the tweet, the fake tweet, well, it's not fake. If this theory is true, this was written by the SEC and prepared and ready to go for tomorrow. It kind of just got pressed. Somebody had a, trigger finger, pressed it early. But it really does. This doesn't sound like a crypto bro, like fake news hack. Somebody hacked SEC website. Today, SEC grants approval for Bitcoin ETF for listing on all registered national security exchanges. Approved Bitcoin ETF will be subject. This is the last part. I just don't think some hacker would be putting this in, right? Will be subject to ongoing surveillance. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. But talking about compliance and stuff, I don't think they would have done that. The other thing is this. Gary, so when it comes out that it's not real, he said the SEC Twitter account was compromised. It sounds like it's hacked. But this gives it away. An unauthorized tweet was posted, meaning the green light wasn't given. It was unauthorized, right? And I think that's pretty much what's going on. So insane though, everybody. And again, it's sad because this was Coinbase. This was their reaction, right? And that's the thing for me. I like seeing when this happens, what are markets going to do? I'm going to look at the charts. in just a minute. We're going to look at the charts here, talk about Bitcoin, what it's doing. But my thing that I like, especially I think because maybe I'm a content creator, I like this. I like to just wait and see, what does my X feed look like? What do the YouTube videos coming out look like? What are people saying? How are they reacting? We're getting a glimpse of it, and it hasn't even happened yet. So it's a really interesting dynamic for us to be able to see this. This is Coinbase's organic post. Coinbase loves ETFs. They probably had this ready to go for weeks, and they already posted it. Poor Coinbase. Jeremy Hogan over here, all hype. Poor guy. I was all hype. I'm sure a lot of you were excited. So that's the story. That's what's going on. Now, I was preparing the video to discuss the approval when the, it was unauthorized. It's not approved yet as I do this video, but I was getting ready to do the video, and I was going to start going through some of these the reactions, and Jeff Ross saying, now we find out, was the spot Bitcoin ETF approval priced in? And that's what the basis of this was going to be. It was going to be, now that we have the news, right? And look at it, like all of these SEC approves all spot Bitcoin ETFs. What was Bitcoin price charts going to be doing? And what's so interesting, off of the news, right when it broke, I saw it right when it broke, and I posted it myself, and I posted on X. Right when it broke, it was so weird to watch the Bitcoin charts. Let me just go. I'm on a 4-hour. For context, this is a big deal. I know a lot of people are just like, technical analysis doesn't work, but it works, everybody. It has worked for years. This news event, this headline event will be behind us eventually, but the charts, and for me in particular, even this little pattern right here on the 4-hour, this will have helped me as kind of a guide through this news event. And so it was interesting, though. Here's the triangle that we have as a $50,000 target, an easy target off of this Bitcoin spot ETF, I think. And that was kind of something I talked about in yesterday's live stream. Easy target, $50,000. And then from that point, the whole question, is it going to be different this time, right? If Bitcoin reached that quick target, the question would be, now that the news broke, if it had broke, the question would be, is it different this time? Or will this be a typical news event that drives Bitcoin to a price target, and then it's just consolidating in such a typical fashion, and then maybe even consolidating back down, sideways or down? Because remember, when we go to Bitcoin zoomed out, look where Bitcoin is. Bitcoin, even on the weekly chart that we're looking at, is touching this 618 line of this lower high Fibonacci, the bull market high to bear market low, the retracement back to the 618 line here. This is the bull market doors, the beginning of the bull market doors. Been tracking this a lot lately, because this is everything to me on the macro. We touched the area on the 618 prior to the last 2020 halving. Going back to the 2016 halving, Bitcoin touched the same exact area. So right now, Bitcoin is dancing. Bitcoin is dancing with that area from a technical analysis perspective. So I'm on the edge of my seat anyway, waiting for Bitcoin to get the Bitcoin spot ETF approval. I want to see a run up to $50,000 target. Notice on the zoomed out, the bull market doors here, the 618 is below $50,000. So Bitcoin could be breaking into the bull market doors. And I'm waiting for that. And so this is what we're looking like on the daily, but it was just crazy. The news broke. I'm thinking the thing was approved, and Bitcoin price was actually falling. This is the 4-hour chart. It was a kind of a quick little pump to the upside. Right? You can see that. There we go on the 15-minute. I want to break down. This is what was playing out, but 15-minute chart, we have this pump to the upside, and then boom, starts falling. And I was like, what is going on? And I don't know if the initial reaction was it's going to pump, and then a bunch of people got very quick news that it was not real, not supposed to happen today, and then it just started falling. Or I don't know, it happened so quick, I don't know if it was Bitcoin was just starting to fall because the Bitcoin spot ETF was approved. So that's what I don't know. I have to really dig into the exact minutes when the news came out, but this is how Bitcoin reacted to this entire event that has just unfolded. And it wouldn't be surprising if Bitcoin just levels off back again, just where it was already consolidating. And it's just, time and time again, we get these things, right? it wasn't long ago. What was it? I think we had this fake news event back here, right? Where I forget who it was, what news outlet, but y'all know Bitcoin spot ETF likely not going to be approved or something, or going to be, I forget what the news headline was, but look at that. Boom. And look, we have another kind of fear event on the short term. So it's absolutely insane. What is so ironic, and by the way, everybody, 3,100 people are probably just as disappointed as myself and just as disappointed as everybody else like Coinbase who did their ETF post. But we have 3,100 people in here, 262 likes. Come on, people. Help me out a little bit. Smash that like button if you're still bullish for Bitcoin spot ETF approval tomorrow. But here's the thing. And this is what's so ironic about it. I like to be extremely respectful, no matter how much I disagree with people, administrations, whoever I'm talking about. It's so crazy to me that this guy, Gary Gensler, he's absolutely been just attacking crypto, right? Throwing us under the bus while saying that SEC is protecting crypto investors, protecting investors, right? He's been doing, up until this point, the opposite. We know this. He's been doing the opposite because when he's going after, the Coinbases of the world, the SEC suing Coinbase. And by the way, January 17th, 8 days away, the final showdown, the oral arguments in this case. This is massive news that is just around the corner, right off the back of this Bitcoin spot ETF. But my point is this. It's so ironic that the SEC, who's supposed to be protecting investors, they're already been kind of manipulating markets because they're suing Binance or suing Coinbase. People are just fearful. They don't know what's going on. They don't have the regulatory clarity. And markets, people are losing money because of that, right? Just the uncertainty of it all. Lack of guidance. When Gary Gensler, I say this respectfully, pre-SEC over there at MIT, was calling Algorand a great technology, talking about algo being a great technology, and now it's being, it's an altcoin, right? Apparently a security. Point is, all of that has happened that as crypto holders we're not happy with. But now we're at this pivotal moment, the Bitcoin spot ETF. The Bitcoin spot ETF. And a fake post or unauthorized post wasn't supposed to happen yet. How does SEC let that happen? Because guess what that does? Look what it does again. It moves markets. It manipulates markets. It does the opposite of protect investors. Like, you have one job. Finally, if you're going to approve the Bitcoin spot ETF, there's one job. Just like put the post in saved drafts. And then if you're going to pull the trigger and approve it, press the button to send that when it's approved. That's like a pretty critical thing when you're the SEC with this massive account. It didn't happen though. It's just crazy to me that this played out the way it did. And again, this live stream, I didn't want to be doing a live stream about unauthorized Bitcoin spot ETF approval going out. This live stream, I set it for the Bitcoin spot ETF approval, but here we are. I quickly changed the thumbnail and the title, and it is what it is. I don't know if it was hacked. If you're new here, I was just going over Eric over here at Bloomberg, ETF analyst, who said the SEC spokesman told Bloomberg they're not approved yet. Maybe someone put the pre-canned tweet in one day early because I had heard they were going to announce approval at 4 p.m. Wednesday. So it looks like it, and this might not be true. This might not be the case, but it really does look like this was supposed to be just in drafts, ready to go, and it got sent early. I don't know. I really just don't know. It's all speculation. What's new in crypto? But somebody, that's great. Someone in the chat said, "How do we know that Gary's account was not hacked and SEC account was not?" Imagine that SEC, the account was, maybe it was approved and Gary's, oh man, just a shame. But not really. It is what it is, everybody. This is, if you've been around in crypto, this is how it goes. It doesn't even surprise me. It's just really, it's incredible that the SEC is the one responsible, not some hacker out there, not some crypto bro just messing with people, messing with markets. It's literally the SEC account. They just, I just want them to step up, dude, and just care. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's all I want. That's all I want, because this is a huge deal. This is a monumental piece of crypto history, Bitcoin history, and all this is just messing with the charts. It's messing with people's money. And it really is kind of sad to see that, actually. You know, at the end of the day, for me, I'm a long-term person. As you know, we're watching the charts. We're watching what's going on from a macro cycle perspective. Bitcoin, as you know, and we're going to keep tracking this, Bitcoin testing the lower end of the bull market doors. So right now, almost doing identical what it has done in previous cycles. So again, the question as we go into the next 24 hours now is it going to be different this time? What's going to happen now? Now with all of this weird event happening, when the actual news comes out, assuming it comes out tomorrow, what is going to happen on the Bitcoin charts? I think people are becoming under enthused, maybe underwhelmed by Bitcoin price right now. But at the end of the day, a lot of people calling for some insane amounts of money to flow into Bitcoin. So at the end of the day, it might not matter what people care about, what people think. So Gary Cardone just posted this article about $100 billion flowing into Bitcoin as the ETF clears, and that would just be a massive deal, obviously for price, if that were to happen. I think the article said 200,000. I'll open up real quick. 200,000 by the end of 2025. It's kind of like what they're talking about. If the doorway's open and that kind of comes into play. So as we're zoomed in on the 15-minute here, and we're just analyzing and watching how Bitcoin price reacts with a ton of inflow getting ready to come into play, I think it's better, more prudent to just sit on the weekly and maybe answer the bigger questions. Like, is it different this time? And that would require Bitcoin to break into the bull market doors and through them for me to be convinced it is different this time. So that's what I'm watching. But everybody, that's the news today, everybody. Sorry to disappoint you. It would have been a more fun live stream, I'm sure, to track the Bitcoin approval and see what charts were doing. But really crazy to see how price reacted. And we'll continue to monitor, to track, and we'll see what happens. It looks like, from what I'm seeing on the side of my screen, altcoins really not much affected. They weren't too volatile, but we'll continue tracking everything. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you're not a subscriber, everybody, I would love and appreciate for you to subscribe, follow along. If you're on that crypto journey as well, trying to bring that crypto news to you, Bitcoin, altcoin charts, all that good stuff, and really trying to grow the channel at the end of the day, because we're getting ready to go into a bull market. I enjoy it very much, tracking my crypto journey with y'all, and it's going to be fun. Zoom out is what I would say. Turn notifications on. I will see you in the next video. God bless.